Thank you all for attending today. I'd like to first thank the Franklin County Dog Shelter and Animal Adoption Center for allowing us to use the space and use it for training. So recently, during the reorganization of the division I announced on July 15th, I also promised that there would be some additional initiatives coming forward in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Friday, we released information of one of our newest and perhaps one of what will become one of our most popular new programs. And today is the public's opportunity to meet our newest recruits in our quest to redefine a model of policing that will enhance community relations. The community has been meeting with us and talking to us, and we are listening to what their needs and expectations are of the service we provide. The narrowly defined role of law enforcement is behind us. We are embracing our new mission and core values, one that emphasizes service, community, and compassion. This new program is a significant step forward in serving those who are experiencing symptoms of exposure to trauma and is an innovative way to serve both the public and police professionals alike. It is my privilege to introduce the community's new therapy dog program. I'd like to introduce Andy and his handler, Sergeant Boxell, Simon and his handler, Officer Paulins, Eddie and his handler, Officer Gagnon, Lenny, his handler, Officer Mathis, and Ollie with his handler, Officer Compson. We'll let the dogs get situated here. The therapy dog unit will be instrumental when interacting with victims and witnesses of crime, children with special needs, engaging youth in our community, and a host of other opportunities and benefits that they will be able to provide. An added benefit, this unit will also be able to work with police officers and all of our division employees so they can be more resilient and better prepared to serve the public by attending to their own concerns and needs around mental health and wellness. I must extend a few thank yous for this program. First of all, the handlers. Their willingness to embrace a new model of policing in our community is to be commended. When I started this idea, I wasn't sure how it would be received by the rank and file. As an example, 86 out of our 226 sergeants applied for the one position Sergeant Boxell received, and that's a 30-year veteran that received the position. That lets you know right there, and it was a similar response from officers, that there is a lot of interest and willingness across the division to embrace this new model of policing. However, this policing model would not be possible for our community if it was not for Commander Rhonda Grizzell. Once I was placed in the position of the chief, I invited Rhonda up to my office, and I knew she had some interest and some knowledge in this area. I had limited exposure to this opportunity, so I wanted to rely on someone who I knew could bring this vision that I had to the community. And I basically outlined my vision, what I wanted. She has exceeded all expectations. We were able to get the dogs, post the jobs, work with labor relations, everything we needed to do. She stepped up and completely equipped, outfitted this unit, arranged for training, developed the SOP, the operating procedures. Tremendous job from Commander Rhonda Grizzell. Would not be possible without her. And I don't want to get into the weeds about budget cycles. Nobody cares about budget cycles except us sometimes. However, the important thing I want to note about this particular program is our budgets are set in August of 2018 for the entire 2019 year. So in February of 19, when I wanted to implement this program, we were in mid-budget cycle. There was no funding to do that this year. It would be 2020 before we could do that. Thanks to Commander Grizzell and the generous donations of many people in our community and partners that we've worked with in our community, the donations allowed us to stand this program up mid-budget cycle immediately so we can produce this opportunity for the community this year. And I thank each one of them. Deputy Chief Bacher is going to go over each of those partnerships in detail, but I wanted to personally thank all those who generously donate and allow us to bring this program today. And I want to give a special thanks to the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. A couple years ago, I met Deputy Metz at an event we were both attending, and she brought her dog, Mattis, with her and told me a little bit about the program. And it kind of piqued my interest, and I kept that in the back of my mind that this is a really good feature to be able to offer our community. And about a year later, I met with Sheriff Baldwin at another event we were attending, and he really bragged about this program and talked to me about how much success and how many demands they are getting for this service. So when I went online and Googled police therapy dog programs, every time I Googled it, Franklin County Sheriff's Department program came up very first thing in all the searches I did. They have kind of become the national model, I believe, of what a therapy dog program should be, and we've been able to replicate that. And Deputy Metz has been kind enough to provide some first-rate training to our officers to make this program successful. And I really thank her for what she has done. So over the coming weeks, there'll be more programs that we'll announce, more ways that we will be connecting with the community, a lot of new initiatives. But this is one that is probably what I believe was going to be one of the most popular and one of the programs I'm most excited to bring to the community. If anyone has a request to have the therapy dog attend their organization for a visit, they can email therapydogunit@columbuspolice.org. That's therapydogunit@columbuspolice.org, and we can make arrangements to try to attend different functions, as we also have officers out on different shifts and working in the community. So we will be able to accommodate those the best we can. With that said, I'm going to have Deputy Chief Bacher talk about all the donations and our great partners that we have in this program, and then Commander Rhonda Grizel will come up and talk about the operations, some of the benefits, and a couple points of interest about our latest assets to provide service to the community, and then we'll take some questions. With that said, I'd like to bring up Deputy Chief Bacher.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Greg Bodker. I'm the Deputy Chief for the Support Services Subdivision. I have the good fortune of supervising Commander Rhonda Grizel, who, along with the Chief, spearheaded the effort to put this together for the community and for our police officers. The Chief spoke about community collaboration and partnerships, and without the help of private companies and individuals within the city and the community, we could not have done this. A few of those that I would like to thank from the division. The Columbus Police Foundation was instrumental in helping us start this program. The Fraternal Order of Police worked with us regarding several labor issues. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Baldwin, Deputy Metz have been, this would not be possible without their involvement. Thank you, significant thanks to them. Franklin County Dog Shelter, Pilot Dogs of Columbus, Pet Supplies Plus, Flying Cross, Galls, which is a police equipment outfitter, and Sassy Dogs, which is a salon that will take care of the dogs as they move through their careers. I'll turn it over to Commander Grizel to answer questions and talk a little bit about operations. Thank you.
I'm Rhonda Grizel, the commander of the new Wellness Bureau, and I have the pleasure to be able to supervise the officers that are going to be working in this unit. I think this method of policing is going to revolutionize the way that we deliver support to the community. And I think to the sheriff for allowing Deputy Metz and her Sergeant Ratcliffe, to assist us through this, and the Franklin County Dog Shelter. We've had a tremendous amount of support. I view this as an opportunity to further enhance how we help victims of crime and witnesses who have been exposed to traumatic incidents. And also, it's a great public relations tool. It definitely garners a lot of interest, and we're really, really excited about it. Mostly, we're probably going to be taking calls for service from patrol officers, but we also have the website or the email address set up so that individuals or organizations can request our assistance. We expect that we'll be working with the Center for Family and Child Advocacy quite frequently as well. If it looks anything like what the sheriff's office has been doing, that's kind of what we expect to be doing. But you'll see us out at special events. You'll see us in the neighborhoods with Care Coalition and lots of different opportunities to assist. I've been calling us second responders. We're not going to be the first one at the scene to lock it down. We certainly can do that, but that's for the patrol officers and the investigative units to come in first. And then we're going to come in and see how we can enhance their investigations and then assist anyone in the neighborhood that might need our services. I want to give a special thank you to Chief Bodker for his support and to Chief Quinlan for giving me probably the best assignment in my 25-year career, was being able to stand up this unit. So thank you for the confidence in me, Chief, and thank you to everybody for their support. If there are any questions or if you want to interview officers individually, we are going to open it up for that.
Just cover all the points of interest on the dogs.
Oh, okay. So Andy from Sergeant Boxell came from Pilot Dogs. We call it a career change. He wasn't going to be quite competent enough to lead a person that had a sight impairment, but he's doing a fantastic job for us, and I got to foster him for 3 weeks, so he's my guy. But I do love all of them. Simon is actually a half-brother of Mattis Canine, so he has a special affinity for him. Looking at Eddie is Fast Eddie Callahan. That's what we've nicknamed him. He doesn't do anything fast. He is a Bernese Mountain Dog, and he was rescued, and we got him from Franklin County Dog Shelter. They made a donation, as did Pilot Dogs. I want to make sure I say that. Pilot Dogs donated all of their dogs. Lenny is also from Pilot Dogs and had to have a career change, but we were more than happy to put him to work for us. And then the last dog in the end, Ollie, is also a brother of the other two. They're all from the same litter. I think they have about a 50% washout rate, so there isn't anything wrong with the guys. They just have to be extremely competent around traffic, which from what I understand was a little bit of an issue for them. So they're going to be fantastic for what we need them for, though, and we're really, really happy to have all of them. Thank you.
Thank you. If we have any of the success stories, like I've heard from Sheriff Baldwin on talking to child victims and having them open up, or at the Child Advocacy Center, or having that dog right there by their side when they're testifying in court, just some of the opportunities that we predict will be some of the success stories. I'm very excited about that. And with that, I'll take a few questions, and then you're free to talk to the officers individually and their partners.
I'm sure, Chief, this couldn't have been the toughest decision you ever made, is to go ahead with this, right? This kind of had to be a no-brainer.
It absolutely was. I said 2 years ago when I met Deputy Metz, I got the idea, I was thinking about it. Sheriff Baldwin really cemented that idea when I talked to him about all the success stories. So first chance I had the opportunity, matter of fact, when I interviewed with the mayor, I told him this was one of the units that I wanted to create that was more service-focused and community-driven, and he was completely supportive. He allowed me to promote a Wellness Bureau commander, so we can also use these dogs for our officers as well, who experience traumatic events every day in their careers. And sometimes it's just nice to have a dog come along and give you a little pickup and refocus for the day.
How soon do you expect them to be ready and out working?
Okay, thank you. How soon will it be before they're on the street? They graduate August 30th, and they'll have an ongoing training day to keep up to date on the latest obedience type training, but they will be on the street Shortly after that, we have all shifts covered, days of the week covered, and they are an asset that some major event happens or something critical occurs, we can bring them in one at a time or the entire team, and they'll have their own cruiser. They'll be able to bring them in quickly to respond to needs of the community. Other questions? If not, I will end the formal press conference and allow you to interact with the dogs and their handlers. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it.